Greetings, 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 beautiful people. Dr. Dominique Reese here, president of Reese Financial Services, where I'm the chief financial coach, consultant, and strategist. How are you today, beautiful people? Well, today we're talking about pioneering some things. Today we are talking about really creating what you don't see because you're the first to create it. You're the first. And when you're the first, man, you don't have a blueprint. You're creating the blueprint. Don't I know? It's really important that we talk about this because this one is all about our money. When you're the first to really set out to achieve financial freedom, you don't have a blueprint for that. The only blueprint you have is the one you're creating. You don't always know everything, right? You learn as you go. You don't know where to turn. You go where you go. You're truly figuring things out every single day with every decision. So I know that path because it was my path. It is my path. I am building something that has never been seen and I've never seen, and no one left it for me. And I also recognize legacy. The home I live in was left to my grandfather, right? So I understand certain things about wealth and legacy. And for myself, not so much. I've come into a lot of money as a youth because my dad died. But that was because my dad died, right? And so it's a little different. It's different when you're building it for yourself and you're trying to figure this thing out, especially if you have children that you want to leave things to. But even for yourself, we get so legacy minded, sometimes we forget about our experience in experiencing the legacy. I don't want to just build this for Yair. I want to build this for Dominique so that I can experience some of this financial freedom. I don't want to talk about wealth just yet. I want to talk about financial freedom because we're pioneering financial freedom. We're the first to do it. We may not know what it looks like. We may not know what's required. And we out here trying to figure it out in these financial freedom streets. But we the first to do it. So I'm going to give you 5 steps on how to I got distracted, I'm sorry. 5 steps on how to create your blueprint. This is what you need to do to start understanding your path, your pathway to financial freedom. Now, I've had freedom, and then I've gone back into bondage, and then I've had freedom, and then I've gone back into bondage. And now I'm in a middle space where I'm coming out of that bondage back into freedom. So this ain't my first rodeo. And I know what works because I've done it for myself. And I want to bring you along with me, not after I've done it, but while I'm doing it. And that's the difference between some of the influencers, coaches, gurus that I see and the one that I want to be. I want to be the one who brings you along with me. I mean, I know a lot of people is like, well, I want to make sure you know what you're doing before I join. Hey, I get that. But I've also have a track record of working with others. I do this for a living. I am a practitioner. I'm not just someone who's, cleared $1,000 or $100,000 in debt. That ain't even my story. But I've worked with millionaires. I've worked with homeless people. I've worked with people with a lot of money, and then I've helped people build a lot of money. I've helped people manage a lot of money. So it's my training along with the clients I've served, just the true numbers. Numbers tell a story and they never lie. I've worked with over 500 individual people. I know some things. I know strategies. And I've helped people amass a lot in savings, reduce their debt, increase their income, and really set themselves up to then continue to build assets. So as I know my strengths lie in helping you get started. That's where I excel. I thrive in helping my clients get started. Let's get this foundation built. Let's make sure it's solid. Then we can start to create assets, build those assets, grow those assets, but everything in divine order. Not but, and everything in divine order. So how do I do it if I'm the first? First, you have to dedicate 3 to 6 months to whatever the goals are. This is a play. It's not bought, it's built. Financial freedom is built. You know what it reminds me of? Everything in divine order. It reminds me of Harriet Tubman. And it's Women's History Month. But it reminds me of Harriet Tubman because she pioneered some things. She was the first to do it, right? And then she went back several times. Could you imagine bringing people from bondage to freedom? That first time, though, she did it for herself. And as I learned when I was helping Yair with his homework, her brothers got scared and went back to bondage. So she took them back to the plantation. It was like, okay, I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out. And then figured it out on her own. We go talk about the figure it out syndrome tomorrow, or everything in divine order, whenever God tells me. I have it down, but maybe I'll talk about something else tomorrow. So I think about that. I'm like, man, in them woods, not knowing where to go, no map, and then the Underground Railroad system, right? It's a system. So you need a system to freedom. We just out here trying to figure it out, like Harriet did in her first journey, but then she got hit to game. Oh, it's a system out here. What's the system? Then she began to work the system. Went back and forth, bringing everybody else now. She did it for herself. She figured out the system. Then she worked the system. You need your system because you're the first to do it. So here's the system. Dedicate 3 to 6 months to your financial goals. Second thing, you need financial goals, people. Set financial goals around your income, your savings, and your debt. Those 3 areas are core. Now, there's 8 core areas, but those 3 are the ones that will drive everything else. So we want to just focus on those 3, your income, savings, and debt. Third thing, be consistent and get challenged. That part takes a lot of us out. We not consistent and we doing what's easy. The level up is here. The level up is real. Get challenged. Learn what you don't know. Do what you haven't been doing. You want a different result? You got to do something different. 4, have an accountability partner. This ain't what our parents taught us about our business stay in our house. You gotta align with somebody who you can really come out to. This is what's going on financially. And I gotta do better, and I need somebody else to know that I'm trying to do better. And when I call you crying, when I call you mad, when I call you pissed, I need that accountability. Lastly, work with a professional in one-on-one so you get what you need, and in group so you learn from others. I think that speaks for itself. 1, dedicate 3 to 6 months to this effort. 2, set goals around your income, savings, and debt. 3, be consistent and get challenged. Can't keep doing what you've been doing, and you got to stay regular. 4, have an accountability partner. Time to share with others what's going on. That trusted confidant. May not be your best friend, maybe somebody else. And 5, work with the professional one-on-one and in a group. That's where you get to exchange ideas. That's where you get to know you're not alone, because when you're the first to do it, you feel super alone. That's discouraging. Then you quit on yourself or you give up. Group matters. You need to see other people building what you're building. Now you got a new network to tap. Because you like, oh, she building like me. So that means she go have it. And if I want to do this idea, I might be able to partner with her because I know she got it because we were building together. And then you get the one-on-one, so you make sure you get the support you need because everyone's financial situation is different. So you need both one-on-one and group. All right? So because you're the first to do it, that's what you need. That's your blueprint right there. That's your system. The same way that Harriet had a system working that Freedom Underground Railroad, this is your financial freedom system. Those 5 things. Get them, and if you need support, just stay tuned. Because April 1st, we about to get it. We about to work the system on April 1st. April 1st, it is going down to work this system. And all the things that I just mentioned will be incorporated. Everything in divine order. I have said enough. Thank you, Father. And I'm under my, well, I just went over. I hope this is helpful to you. Let this marinate. Let this sink in. Understand what it means for you. But because you're the first to do it, here's how to do it. You don't have to go it alone. And there is a system you can work. Tried and true system of how to get from where you are to where you want to be. Because pioneering this financial freedom thing, it is a thing. And it could take you out. It could really get you discouraged. And you're like, man, I'm back in this situation. Man, I said I wouldn't do that again. Man, it ain't even me this time. I'm dealing with stuff that's just coming. I know. Because I have been there twice. So I got a system now. And it's time for me to get you to work this system with me. Okay? All right, y'all go out, have a beautiful, productive, prosperous, financially free Friday. And again, be, do, have. You might not be financially free yet, but it has to start here. Be financially free here. Then it will translate into what you do, and then you will have it. Okay? All right, y'all. Dr. Dominique, peace.